For the 76ers, winning a game takes an effort through all 4 quarters. In their last effort, the Sixers took it 1 quarter at a time and won each and every one. Winning a quarter at a time took a total team effort, led by Allen Iverson and Kenny Thomas, who supplied half the team's points. Now, the Sixers tip off a 3-game homestand, looking to head into the All-Star break with a rush. Tonight, this is where the 76ers find themselves, and this is where they'll stay, home in Philly until the All-Star break, which starts next week, hoping the home court yields some wins. Jameer Nelson has come home, albeit for just a night. The Chester native and former St. Joe's Hawk, playing at the Wachovia Center for a second time as a member of the Orlando Magic. As a member of the 76ers, Corliss Williamson has been the consummate professional and former 6th Man of the Year. You can pencil Williamson in for double figures almost every night. On this night, the 76ers tip off a 3-game homestand. Comcast Sportsnet presents NBA basketball. Live from the Wachovia Center, the 76ers taking on the Orlando Magic. Good evening to you. Welcome once again to 76ers basketball. I'm Mark Zumoff. The Sixers were 2 and change away from putting the finishing touches on a dominating victory last night over the Raptors at Toronto when Kenny Thomas fell to the floor. He ended up suffering a lower back strain. He will not be playing in tonight's game against the Magic. Corliss Williamson will be starting in his place. In the meantime, the 76ers take their place at home. 3 straight here before the All-Star break. Orlando struggling on the road. Just 3 of their last 16 have been victories away from Orlando. The Knicks struggling overall, winners of 3 of their last 21. And the world champions, a 500 team away from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Steve Mix, imagine this. Imagine for a second the NBA season is a horse race. 8 furlongs in all. Saddle up and take me for a ride through the first, say, 5 furlongs.
You know, when you take a look at this team, and Coach O'Brien said, as this season goes on, the team will get better. Well, the first 10 games, 4 and 6, the same with the next 10. But now start taking a look at 20 through 50, 76ers overall 16 and 14, and we expect that number to improve upon as this season starts to wind down. And one of the guys that has been playing extremely consistent night in and night out is Corliss Williamson. Last night led the bench in scoring once again with 10 and double figures in 16 of the last 19 games. Consistency is what you want off your bench players, Mark, and Corliss has done an outstanding job of that.
D. Lonham with word now of a couple of outstanding magicians for the Magic.
That's right. Mark, if we go back to the summer and the fact that Orlando traded Tracy McGrady, they got another star back in Steve Francis. But when they got a healthy Grant Hill for the first time in 4 seasons, they had themselves 2 superstars. And in fact, the numbers say this is a big reason they're so much better than a season ago. They're averaging more than 40 points, more than 10 assists, more than 10 rebounds. It's double the pleasure for the Orlando Magic. Mark?
All right, D. Lonham, thank you very much. In just a moment, an NBA news update from Matt Yaloff in the Comcast Sportsnet studios. We'll return with all the action. The Sixers and the Orlando Magic, the season finale from Home Sweet Home, Philly, right after this.
Hurry to the Dodge President's Celebration event and grab 0+ on Dodge Ram 1500. That's 0% financing, plus huge cash allowances, plus February bonus cash, for a total combined savings of up to $9,000. Or check out the Hemi-powered Dodge Durango. And Dakota, the mid-sized truck with the only V8 in its class. But you better hurry to your Dodge dealer, because this great deal and the Dodge President's Celebration event ends February 28th.
Last week on Comcast Sportsnet, if you just got the scores, you didn't get the whole picture.
I thought he did a good job. He played a heck of a game, battled his heart out, and did some nice things.
For me, it's the guys that I've been able to play with and the guys that I've gone to battle with these last 5 years. And You know, I love these guys.
We'll be back. We will. We'll be back on this stage.
Get your game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hi, I'm Steve Coates. Michael Barkhan returns Monday to DNL. We'll recap the sports weekend that was, including the Sixers, check on all the local college hoops teams and how they fared. An NHL labor lockout update, as well as in honor of Valentine's Day. Dr. Love Connection himself, Chuck Woolery, will be right here in the studio. You cannot miss this one. So tune in on Monday through Friday, 5 through 6:30 for Daily News Live.
We're getting ready for Sixers basketball here on Comcast Sportsnet. Coming up, we send you back to Mark Zumoff and Steve Mix for the game against the Orlando Magic. But first, we are inside the Comcast Sportsnet studios. I'm Matt Yaloff with this update. Flip Saunders is out as the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, relieved of his coaching duties today after 9+ years on the job. The T-Wolves, who appeared in the Western Conference Finals last year, are under 500 this year. VP of Basketball Operations Kevin McHale takes over as head coach for the rest of this season. Just 2 other games in the NBA tonight other than the Sixers contest. At 7:30, the Wizards begin a 3-game road trip when they visit the world champion Pistons. And at 8:30, the Bucks go for their 4th straight home win when they host the Atlanta Hawks. More basketball comes your way on Dodge Postgame Live. Dee Lionel will be your host tonight. She'll be joined by Phil Martelli, the St. Joe's head coach. They'll have all your analysis, reaction, and coaches talk after the game. That's what I'm trying to say. It's tonight after the game on Comcast Sportsnet. But coming up after a break, it is back to Mark Zumoff and Steve Mix for the starting lineups and opening tip. Enjoy the basketball.
Looks like everybody's after McDonald's filet of fish. Crispy, flaky fish, melting cheese, and tangy tartar sauce. I'll bite.
Can inspiration make the SUV safer? It can, with 5-star government crash test ratings. Available side curtain airbags for all 3 rows and all-wheel drive. The best rating of any SUV tested for rollover resistance. Chrysler Pacifica, we didn't just make an SUV, we made a safety utility vehicle. Chrysler, inspiration comes standard.
Now get 0+. That means 0% financing plus February bonus cash for up to $7,400 in total savings on Pacifica.
Last week, Rick and Brian met with their Wachovia business specialist and heard about loan options for bigger office space. Tonight, they'll be back with the entire staff, celebrating their expansion in more proper fashion. Talk to a Wachovia business specialist today.
Looking for a little affordable family fun?
Are you kidding me?
Then take a look at the 76ers Family Pack, presented by Chick-fil-A. You get 4 tickets to a select 76ers game, 4 soft drinks, 4 hot dogs, a copy of Hang Times magazine, and 4 coupons redeemable at Chick-fil-A for a delicious chicken sandwich, and all for a price that won't break the family bank. Just $99. Call the Sixers right now for more information at 215-952-7000 or log on to www.sixers.com.
Tonight's telecast of 76ers basketball on Comcast Sportsnet being brought to you by the people that brought you Mountain Dew, your Key States Chrysler Jeep dealers. Bud Light, fresh, smooth, real, it's all here. Toyota, choose any direction as long as it's moving you forward. Singular, raising the bar. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Wachovia, together we can achieve uncommon things. Dodge, get anywhere, you've got to grab life by the horns. And by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. The Wachovia starters for Orlando: Grant Hill, Kelvin Cato, and rookie Dwight Howard, with Steve Francis and Doug Christie in the backcourt. The head coach, Johnny Davis, the former 76er head coach for 1 year, 96-97. So far, no contract extension for Davis, who is in his first full season as the head coach for the Magic. Took over last year from fired Doc Rivers. The Wachovia starters for the 76ers, Kyle Korver, Samuel Dalembert, Corliss Williamson for Kenny Thomas. Out with a lower back strain, Allen Iverson and Andre Iguodala for Jim O'Brien. The starting lineup 8-4, a convincing win, a 53rd birthday present for the coach. That win last night at Toronto. More now from D-Lana.
Well, Mark, last night's victory really was an all-around team effort. You had 5 players finish in double figures. The Sixers shot a higher field goal percentage than Toronto. Ditto for their field goal percentage from behind the arc. They won the battle on the glass. So it should not come as a surprise that they also were able to outscore the Raptors in each of the 4 quarters. And you know what? You do that again tonight, and you're guaranteed your 25th victory.
D, we are running tonight from the Wachovia Center in the 4th and final meeting between these teams. The teams holding the home court thus far. But Christie, very good defensive player. He was acquired in a trade with the Sacramento Kings for Philadelphia-born Cuttino Mobley.
And I'll tell you what, I like that trade because it does give them a perimeter defensive player. Not as much scoring, but a much better defensive player.
There's Howard getting inside. One thing the Magic have done so far in the first 3 games of the series is dominate the glass. They've also gotten to the line a lot more than the Sixers. An average of 13 times per game more. This is Grant Hill, and he drops it. He did not play the last time the teams met at Orlando in January, a right wrist contusion. Other than that, he has missed only 1 other game this year. That was because of a bruised right shin. The ankle, long talked about ankle, has been A-OK. Here's Korver teeing up a deuce, and down it goes for Kyle as he hits the 2-pointer.
Well, mix up defensively for the Orlando Magic. Christie and Hill got mixed up.
Dalembert erasing the Hill shot with a goaltend on Sammy. Scored 2 for Grant Hill.
After Grant Hill's bucket right there, you take a look at Christie and you take a look at Hill, and they said, you know what, we've got to switch on that. We can't give Kyle Korver that clean a look again.
Corliss Williamson for the injured Kenny Thomas. Corliss' 4th start of the year.
Guy's just been a pillar of consistency all season long.
6 straight double-figure performances for Corliss, and 8 of the last 9. Francis, they decided height advantage on Iverson, cannot take advantage. Iverson streaming all the way in. Iguodala crashing, a great athletic play by the rookie. Iverson gets all the way in and scores it. Allen leads the NBA in scoring, averaging over 29 points per game. Here's Howard, the rookie, the #1 pick in the draft, and he stepped on the baseline. The keys of the game brought to you by Chrysler.
Well, paint playing the 76ers plus 20 per game in points in the paint. Corliss Williamson, another bucket, then home cooking. An opportunity to finish out this little portion of the schedule before the All-Star break with 3 straight home games.
Game 2 will be Monday against New York, Wednesday against Detroit for the All-Star break. That's Christie, not an especially good shooter. Out of bounds it goes, and it will belong to the Sixers.
Yeah, Christie has really been struggling the last 5 games, just 29%, and 3 for his last 17 from beyond the arc.
And in trading Mobley, they gave up their best 3-point threat. Iverson free for 3. Allen hit a number of those last night. Francis snubbed by the coaches. He's hoping to get a berth on the Eastern Conference All-Star team. Hill against Iguodala, fascinating matchup between the veteran and the rookie. Hill threw it away. Iverson tracked by Francis. It would have counted. Steve Francis called for the foul. Great play by Allen to come up not only with the loose ball, but to force the issue on Francis.
Well, watch the pass. It originally knocked out of the hands of Grant Hill. AI getting the benefit of the doubt there on that call. Steve Francis looking at the official saying, I never hit him. And that's sometimes the problem you face when you have the official behind the play and not in front of it. Usually goes both ways, though. It's going to happen one team and it's going to happen another. Now, as you take a look at this lineup, all the players right there. Orlando's the only team in the league that sends 2 players back.
Iverson, the first free throws of the game.
He's been getting there a lot lately. 11 times per game, basically on the season. Sixers, a lot of shots.
Sixers were trailing 4-2. They have ripped off 8 straight. Grant Hill ends that. He is 3 of 3 for 6. The only member of the Magic to score thus far. He is second on the team in scoring, averaging 19. Hill has to chase Korver. Williamson. Sixers turn it over. Hill tracked by Iverson. Grant Hill loping out into the open floor. His 10th year in the league out of Duke. And what an honor for him, being selected by the fans as a starter in the All-Star team, as Iverson faked the pass to the wing, but unfinished business for him. Howard grinds it out with Williamson. Dwight Howard is 6'11". Corliss only 6'7". McDonald's showing us the small fry of the game tonight. Dressed in his Sixer gear. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Howard in tight, got it over Dallenberg, and they say that there was a goaltending on Sammy, and scored 2 for Howard, the second goaltending call on the Sixers starting center here in the quarter.
Well, the reason, take it right there, just touching it on its downward flight, and the reason Howard was able to get that basketball is because Corliss Williamson had his head turned toward the basket.
Korver missing the 3. Howard becomes the first Magic player other than Grant Hill to score. Korver in charge of the multi-talented Grant Hill. Somebody got a piece of the rock, and here come the Sixers looking to go in front. Iverson got it. Allen's second field goal. He dropped 38 on the Magic the last time the teams met. That was back in January. Win for Orlando. In the 2 losses, the Sixers had second half leads in both games, but were unable to finish. Iguodala trying to take the charge, and in fact he did. Offensive foul, Grant Hill. How about the rookie getting the call?
Yeah, Grant Hill's got to tell the official, hey, I'm the all-star here. He's the rookie, but take a look. Good guess right there as you see the left shoulder being lowered into the chest of Andre Iguodala. Good call by the official.
Magic their 3rd turnover, and they can be turnover prone. Here's Iguodala in deep, and he's fouled from behind by Kelvin Cato. Our look around the NBA brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Flip Saunders relieved of his duties as the head coach of the Timberwolves, replaced by his good friend and the guy who hired him, Kevin McHale. The Timberwolves, who won 58 last year and got to the conference finals, have been slumping all year and have fallen below 500.
Well, 25 and 26 does not necessarily mean you get whacked. But I'll tell you what, if you're New York or the LA Lakers, you're making a call tonight. Both those teams with interim head coaches.
Here are the 2 guys down the floor. Hill gliding in and scoring. Steve, you mentioned it earlier. Hill now with 10.
Well, see, on the free throws, when we shoot free throws, they send 2 guys back. There's only 1 guy back that time. That was an easy bucket.
Steve Francis pulling up and scoring. Francis leads the Magic, averaging 20. He is in the top 20 in the NBA in scoring. Last time here, Francis had only 14 points. Shot just 3 of 15. And it goes to Williamson, and he is fouled. The Sixers taking it to the Magic here in the first quarter. For Orlando, their 3rd team foul already. The Sixers with nary a team foul. Here's Corliss Williamson to the line for a pair. Kenny Thomas missing his 5th game of the year. Kenny has had back issues before. And he strained his lower back last night, falling to the floor. The Air Canada Center with about 2 minutes and some seconds to go in the game. Kenny was just putting the finishing touches on a terrific game in which he dropped 23 points and 8 boards and 5 assists. Good hustle by the Sixers off the missed free throw. Iverson. Francis against Iguodala, hopped around him and scored it.
As long as you come down with 2 feet, the officials will not call a walk. A little groan in the crowd, but if you come down on 2 feet, that's a good move.
The Magic among the NBA leaders in fast break points. They have 6 already. They average 18. Samuel Dalembert connects for his first field goal. As Francis shoved aside Allen Iverson, and he is called for the offensive foul. Just under 5.5 to go. First quarter tonight here at the Wachovia Center. Fast-paced game thus far with the Sixers up 2. Allen Iverson with 8 of their 18 thus far.
Yeah. Looking good. Keep working. Not under the boat now.
Here, you got it? Yeah.
Bummer, it's just an 8-footer.
Oh, well, throwback.
Yeah.
A bad day in Florida beats a good day almost anywhere else. Fly Southwest Airlines from Philadelphia to Florida for just $79 one way. Southwest Airlines.
You are now free to move about the country.
Your family deserves some real cooking. How about bringing home a bucket of famous Kentucky Fried Chicken? 10 freshly cooked pieces are just $9.99. And don't forget the honey barbecue and new spicy barbecue wings. Bring back dinner from KFC.
Warning, if you haven't seen Hide and Seek, don't let anyone tell you the secret. Robert De Niro, Dakota Fanning.
Ready or not, here I come.
Hide and Seek. Rated R. Now playing.
This is not just another summertime activity. It is a great way to learn the game. It's an experience your child will never forget. Day camp and overnight camp options are available. Call 610-668-7676 and get all the information on Sixers camps. 76ers camping out here in Philadelphia until the All-Star break. Both teams shooting very well in the early going. Grant Hill 5 of 6 for his 10. And of course Temple Owls are everywhere. Aaron McKee. And the Hawk. Jameer Nelson.
Wait a minute.
On for the first time I know. St. Joe's beat Temple today.
No. Temple
What?
going to the MAC maybe. How about that?
Oh boy.
He won't have anything to say about Toledo anymore.
Means I'll have to like the Mid-America Conference.
Yeah.
Huh? Which Toledo is a proud member.
Proud member.
Nelson gives it up to Christie, who delivers 2. The reason that Nelson is into the game is that Francis is now sitting with 2 personal fouls. Christie averaging 7. And Nelson matching up here with Iverson. Nelson did a pretty good job on Allen the last time the teams met as Korver misses the 3. Williamson, a good job to control it for the Sixers. They have a fresh 24, but Iverson wide open, and down it goes for AI.
The 5th, 3rd offensive rebound now for the 76ers.
Iverson at it again. Nice give up to Williamson. And Corliss lays it home. Allen 6th overall in the NBA in assists, his 2nd dime of the first quarter. Sixers leading by 4 and by as many as 6. Both teams getting some easy baskets here in the early going. A lot of it off the fast breaks. Nelson gives it up. Hill with 4 to shoot, got it off and in. Grant Hill, very high percentage shooter.
He really is. Just on the year, a little over 50%. That's phenomenal considering that he's pretty much an 18, 19-foot shooter. In the last 5 games, a little better than that at 52%.
Hill now has 12 of the Magic's 20. Iverson. Delamere just took it away from Cato, then had it swiped from him, but a foul.
See, they're not putting a body on Samuel, so he's going to get the offensive rebound. They're just trying to out-jump each other, and Samuel's got a great vertical.
Cato forced to leave now with 2 personal fouls. Our congratulations to Donna and Mark Katzman. Donna, member of the 76ers public relations staff. They're the proud parents of a new baby girl, Macy Anna. Macy born today at approximately 10:40 this morning, weighing in at 7 pounds 4 ounces, 20.5 inches long. Everybody's doing great. Congratulations to Donna Katzman and husband Mark on a very special occasion. Christie, Mark Jackson now into the game, and he is teaming with Delamere, not replacing him, with the Sixers short of power forward in Thomas as Iverson goes curling in. He drops to the floor after the foul. He's got 12 points already, and he'll go to the line looking for one more. Allen Iverson doing what he does best, playing in traffic, getting the contact and the foul.
I've got ineligible beer on Scott, replacing his fresh Bud Light with Miller Lite.
Replacing what?
I'll take that, thank you.
Hey, man. No, I don't want this beer.
Play beer!
Hey!
Some people will do anything to get the great taste of Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
Did you get it all?
When you've been recognized by J.D. Power & Associates as the most dependable heavy-duty full-size pickup truck, there's no need to be bashful. GMC Sierra, professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
The chicken enchilada grilled stuffed burrito.
What about this one? Oh, don't touch. Yeah.
Hey guys, chicken enchiladas. Like ours. Smothered in melty, saucy, cheesy goodness.
Smothered?
On the inside.
The chicken enchilada grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Slow simmered savory enchilada sauce, tender all white meat chicken and melted cheese. Wrapped up, then grilled to go.
So what's that word?
Rookie.
For enchilada taste, think outside the bun.
Sixers will be well represented All-Star weekend in Denver. Allen Iverson going as a starter for the East. Kyle Korver in the three-point shootout, the rookie challenge. Andre Iguodala in the rookie challenge. And Dee Lynam covering it all. Don't miss her report starting Friday at 10 on Toyota Sports Night right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Dee Lynam does a terrific job here. Usually at the home court of the Sixers, the Wachovia Center, as our sideline reporter. She'll be traveling with the Sixer All-Stars to Denver, doing a little bit of skiing afterwards. Really? It's a smart thing.
Very nice.
It's a great reward for Andre Iguodala, who's really shown that he is playing very well in this his rookie season. Right now getting a rest. O'Brien going liberally to the bench here. We should mention Ito Turkoglu in for the first time for the Magic. McKee swiping the Nelson miss. Fast-paced game this first quarter. Magic, they'll score 100, they'll give up 100. Iverson whistles in stereo, and the Sixers here call for the offensive foul. It'll be on Samuel Delamere. For Sammy, it'll be the first personal against a Sixer here in the quarter.
And if you're Johnny Davis, you have to let the official know that, hey, that's 7-1. Now you've got a ways to go here in the next 2 minutes.
you know, in the Magic among the NBA leaders at getting to the line, so that's a real mystery.
Yeah, it really is. It's Turkoglu. You told me before the game he's just killing the shot lately. He's knocking them down right and left.
That's an interesting translation, I guess.
Yes.
Being the native of Turkey, say that he's killing the shot at 54.5%. About his last 12 games. Here's Korver wide open, studies the three. D'Alembert ripped it down in a crowd. May have gotten away with a walk. Nelson tried to bang it off of D'Alembert, did so, and Howard can't get the deflection off of D'Alembert. And as the dust finally settles, after all the hustle, it will belong to the Sixers.
I wonder if Sammy was out of bounds. That right foot, wonder if that was out of bounds when it went off of it. That right foot was pretty close, but that's great hustle on Sammy's part. He's playing great.
He's going after rebounds, Steve. Al Korver going after the deuce. His second field goal for 4, yet to hit a 3 as Howard runs the floor. With D'Alembert equal to him. Number 9 is Deshaun Stevenson in for the first time. D'Alembert covering him. Stevenson may have gotten away with a walk. It goes out of bounds and it will belong to the Sixers. Trivia question brought to you by Aflac. What is the best NBA record through 50 games? It's the best 50-game record all time in NBA history as Iverson found D'Alembert, and he will find his way to the line.
46-4.
What team?
Bulls.
Oh, okay. 72-win team?
Yeah. Now, could have been the Lakers that won 33 in a row at one point during the season. But I'm going to go with the Bulls.
The Bulls. Pat Garrity in for the Magic.
Shooter. Stay with it.
Taking a seat, the rookie Dwight Howard. Kyle Korver taking a rest. Andre Iguodala back. Sixer free throw shooting in the first quarter, just 5 of 9. Tony Battie throws it into the backcourt. Turkoglu has to pursue it because Iverson was bearing down on the ball. And it will be a turnover on the Magic. They're 6th in the first quarter. Remember, they are 28th of 30 teams in terms of committing turnovers. Only Chicago and Atlanta commit more. Samuel D'Alembert taking a break.
Well, it doesn't help when your point guard, Steve Francis, has 25% of your turnovers at 4 per game.
The thing is, he's on the bench.
Yep.
He does average about 4 per game. Mark Jackson is shoved, no whistle. Iverson. Eyes up Nelson, getting interference from Williamson. Nice screen by Corliss.
Well, they go to that 3-2 zone. It's fairly aggressive, but AI using his quickness coming off that screen.
And he is using the Magic. He's got 15 here in the first quarter. Jim O'Brien saying 1 shot, but the clocks here are virtually identical. The Sixers leading by 7, their largest advantage. Iverson takes on all comers. He was bumped by Battie. And the foul coming up on Tony Battie.
AI just going to come right off the screen. Great screen by Corliss. And if you're the Orlando Magic, you can't continue to go behind the screens like that on Allen. You're going to have to hard trap. Let's see if Orlando makes a change right there, because Allen right now is just shooting the lights out in 12 minutes, 15 points on 6 of 12.
And going to the line for the 4th and 5th times here in the first quarter. Iverson had 30 points last night. The Sixers' convincing win at Toronto. 2 straight now with 30 or more. The Sixers had some balance last night. 4 others in double figures. The Magic get to go to the line. Remember, Francis on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Sixers do have a foul to give. Turkoglu had it swiped attempting the three-pointer, and that'll do it. The Sixers end this opening quarter with a 13-4 run. Allen Iverson with a tremendous first quarter, dropping 17 points on 50% shooting. His Sixers, their largest lead of the game at 9 as we go to the second right after this.
Lease Explorer for only $269 a month, or get 0% financing for 5 years plus $2,000 cash back. This President's Day, this land is yours for the exploring.
Log on to ComcastSportsNet.com to get the most up-to-date information about Philadelphia sports. Touch base with all the Philadelphia sports teams. Get the latest sports headlines. Look at the program guide for tonight's lineup, or find out when the next game is going to be on Comcast Sportsnet. Submit your question for Daily News Live or Postgame Live. ComcastSportsNet.com also dishes out the latest audio and video clips from the players, coaches, and more. Log on and find out what's new in the world of Philadelphia sports.
The Sixers and Comcast Sportsnet are teaming up for a drive for kids. In 2003, Operation Warm served over 20,000 disadvantaged children in the greater Philadelphia area.
Help make a difference to a child in need this winter.
Please support Kyle's Coat Drive by bringing a new winter coat for a needy child to any 76ers home game in January or February. All coats will be donated to Operation Warm. For more information, check out Sixers.com.
76ers basketball tonight in high definition on Comcast Sportsnet, being brought to you in part by Saab. Welcome to the state of independence.
Well, Corliss Williamson double figures in 16 of his last 19, averaging almost 13 points on 47% shooting. As you take a look at our singular wireless call of the game, and Corliss 3 of 4, 7 points so far in the first quarter. So it's great when you're Jim O'Brien and your starting power forward goes out and you can start bringing guys in off the bench, guys like Corliss. That just kind of messes up your rotations a little bit and your substitutions like you would normally have. But Corliss has done an outstanding job as you take a look at both teams' field goal percentage. Turnovers making a big difference right here. 6 for Orlando in the first quarter.
Sixers over the last 5 minutes of the quarter, a 13-4 run as we begin the second. Steve Francis back onto the floor, count it, and a foul. Allen Iverson right now on the Sixer bench as we begin the second period.
Orlando going to the pick and roll and then the kick to Steve Francis. There's the reach in. Steve Francis will go to the line the first time the Orlando Magic shot a free throw tonight.
Allen sitting with 17. He averages 42 minutes per game. That's second in the NBA to Tracy McGrady. Magic barely won that game against the Hawks. That broke a 3-game losing streak. The game before that, Steve Francis's team lost at home to the Golden State Warriors. Willie Green in for the first time. That's Aaron McKee. And a nice tip in by the other Temple guy, Mark Jackson. There's Turkoglu lining up a 3. Petit hauled it down in a crowd. McKee recoups it for the Sixers. Jackson. Steve Francis and Jameer Nelson in the backcourt right now. Pat Garrity, Hedo Turkoglu the forwards, Tony Petit in the middle for the visiting Orlando Magic. Nelson teeing up a 3. Francis, an excellent rebounder for a point guard. Though playing off guard right now next to Jameer Nelson. And we have a foul. Sixer foul, Aaron McKee.
Francis will go to the line to shoot 2.
Trivia question brought to you by Aflac. Best 50-game start in NBA history. I'll go with the 72-win Chicago Bulls.
Drum roll, please. Oh, I said, well, you know, I got the record right.
On their way to 68 and 13. I had that thought for a second, let it go. See, I let you persuade me. That's where I went wrong.
I'm like the little guy on your shoulder. Don't do it, Mark. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, you said did it, and I did it, and I shouldn't have done it. McKee open. Here's Francis for the Magic. The Sixer lead at 6. It's Turkoglu, a 6'10 guy, play all over the floor. Green, an opportunity to shine. Takes it to the paint. Here come the Magic, shooting just 3 of their last 13. Francis capable of some oohs and ahs. Nelson giving up the shot. Turkoglu splits the double team. And a foul. So it's the 66-67 76ers who hold the NBA record for the best 50-game start in league history. The Chicago Bulls, LA Lakers, and another Sixer team, the champions of '83, are on that list.
Kyle Korver back in for the 76ers.
Norman Chamberlain, the late great, playing for that 66-67 squad. I grew up watching that team. That was one special time. So I really became a fan. Did about 5 games on TV, games on radio. It was a special thing to televise the finals. And the clincher live from the Cal Palace in San Francisco as Willie Green misses the 3. Corliss Williamson, though, has his back.
Well, the Sixers are just beating the Orlando Magic to every loose ball. As we're looking at the second chance point, Sixers doubling up on Orlando.
Nelson backs away from Green. Jameer Nelson off the bench. 0 for his first 3, but the Magic come up with a turnover. Williamson, back by his lonesome, fouls Francis. Unable to prevent the field goal, and Francis will go back to the line.
Willie Green losing the basketball. Steve Francis taking it right to the hoop.
Dwight Howard, Grant Hill back in for Orlando.
Foul on Williamson. Catching him right there across the arm. Steve did a nice job of protecting the basketball, and 76ers still up 5.
Aaron McKee out. Kyle Korver's come back. Sixer lead down to 4. Iverson continues to rest on the bench, as he usually will. Late in first, early in the second. The call to Williamson, who has been large, and he gets the roll. Corliss Williamson, the starter for the injured Kenny Thomas, now has 9 on 4 of 5 from the floor. Howard bangs away with Williamson, and a foul on the floor. Actually charged to Andre Iguodala. Corliss Williamson already with 9 points in the game, and he was the starter in this game tonight.
The Philadelphia Auto Show, February 5th to the 13th. Go to PhillyAutoShow.com. It's a gas.
This President's Week, your Toyota dealers are celebrating true leadership at Toyota's President's Week sales event. You'll say, "Hail to the SUV." All 5 Toyota SUVs exert considerable control with standard vehicle stability control. And now, lease RAV4 for a prudent $199 a month. or Highlander, $259 a month, or 4Runner, $299 a month, or Sequoia for $399 a month. See your Toyota dealer during their President's Week sales event for 5 Toyota SUVs moving you forward.
Welcome back to the Wachovia Center. At every Sixers home game, people are honored for the work they do in the community, in our country. And tonight, 4 very special men, 4 Tuskegee Airmen, who were among America's first black pilots, bombardiers, and navigators who trained and fought in World War II. These airmen were the most exceptional military aviators who flew numerous bomber missions in the mid-1940s without losing any bombers to enemy attack. These men not only fought to defend our country, but they also had a fight here at home, and that was to actually integrate the armed forces. They got a great standing ovation, and Mark, it was well deserved.
The Red Tails, the Tuskegee Airmen, well received here in Philadelphia. Great gesture by the 76ers organization to honor them here in the month of February, Black History Month. On with D. Lineman Steve Mix, Mark Zumov tonight in high definition on Comcast Sportsnet. And the second quarter, at least from a team foul perspective, a lot different for the Sixers than the first quarter. The Sixers went the entire first quarter without a team foul. Now they're in the penalty, just 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the period. And Dwight Howard, a star in the making, will get one more. Top pick of the draft, right out of high school, Southwest Christian Academy in Atlanta.
The first 9 games, he really struggled at the free throw line, just 44%. From the last 39 up to 70%. So he's improved that dramatically.
And he can board.
Yes,
he's 11th overall in the NBA.
Almost 10 per game.
Their last game, the win Thursday against Atlanta, had 20 rebounds. Second time in his rookie season he's done that. Iverson spinning but missing. Sixer lead at 5. Francis, nice look for the rolling Howard, and he's fouled. Howard really tried to heave that one through, and it was fouled en route to the hoop.
Nice pass by Francis, and there's Samuel coming over, hitting him right in the chest, not allowing him to get that bucket. And I like that hard foul by Samuel Dallenberg. That's his second personal foul.
You mentioned that Dwight Howard, 2 games this year of 20 rebounds. When he did it the first time, he was the youngest in NBA history to do so. Just a week shy of his 19th birthday.
And he started the season out with double-figure rebounds, what, in his first 9 games?
First rookie to do that since 92-93 when another Orlando rookie did it.
How about Shaquille O'Neal?
That's Shaquille O'Neal.
Three-two zone by Orlando.
Iverson pierces it, got to the cup and laid it home. Well done by AI. 19 in the game for him.
Now theoretically, when you have bigs in there like that and you're playing a 3-2 zone, you're not supposed to get to the rim like that, but Allen is so good with the basketball.
Samuel Dallenberg leads the Sixers in rebounding, averaging 7. Grant Hill back into the contest for the Magic. For the time being, he's got Iverson. Magic sitting back in that zone. Williamson, the lob for Dallenberg, beautifully solved by the Sixers on the high-low look from Corliss to Samuel.
You're in a 3-2 zone. The 3 perimeter guys are doing their job. But the bigs in Cato and Howard just not very aggressive back there. And that's what happens sometimes in the zone. Your bigs aren't real aggressive.
Francis hit in the face. Iverson that dropped for Dallenberg. A 3-on-1 that dissolves. Iverson, however, does thread 2. Francis is down, face down. And finally, the Magic calling timeout as the head athletic trainer, Ted Arzonico, is out to take a look at Steve Francis, who dropped to the floor. That allowed the Sixers the 3-on-1.
Well, let's take a look. Going to work right there. AI swiping across the eyes. Catching him right there. Steve Francis going down, and AI just picks it up and goes right to the hoop. 3 3-on-1 opportunity for the Sixers. It ended up in a jump shot.
Sand painting is practiced by many cultures. Notice how they place the sand, one grain at a time. They've been working on this piece for over 8 days. I'm sorry, no pictures, please. Just look at the detail.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines nonstop service from Philadelphia to Hartford Springfield for just $29 one way.
You are now free to move about the country.
Do what you love to do, whether it's playing sports or just taking a stroll. But if you can't because you're in pain, there's Temple Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, doing what they love to do. Temple has 6 convenient locations, including Marlton, New Jersey, Fort Washington, Northeast Philadelphia, and Jeans Northeastern and Temple University hospitals. So pain relief is closer than you think. Temple Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the best orthopedic care close to you. Call 1-800-TEMPLE-MED.
The entirely new LR3 by Land Rover. There's a destination for everyone.
How about this? Reports from spring training starting Thursday from Matt Yaloff, Phillies in Clearwater. Coverage of the 2005 Phils every night at 6:30 and 10 on Sports Night right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Francis to the bench. Grant Hill has to carry some of the load now. Not like he doesn't on a nightly basis anyway, but even more so, their leading scorer out is Kyle Korver, who is 2nd overall in the NBA in total threes made, to Quentin Richardson of the Phoenix Suns, as Francis continues to tend to that left eye, which was swiped accidentally by Allen Iverson. The Sixers have ripped off 9 straight. D-line, and what is up with Stevie Francis?
Well, I thought it was interesting that as they came out of that timeout, Allen went over to the Orlando bench just to make sure Steve was okay and to say, you know, I didn't do it on purpose. So good sportsmanship by AI.
Iverson shoveled it to Williamson. And the Sixers here leading by 15 points, their largest advantage.
Watch the cross by the guards here. A little floppy action. Turkoglu just works around the screen for the deuce.
That ends the 11-0 Sixer run. Turkoglu 3rd overall on the team in scoring, averaging 14. Iverson given room by Christie, a good defender, and AI's got it going on in this game. Grant Hill the other way.
Tell you what, it's amazing when you take a look at the rebounding advantage for the 76ers. That AI gets right to the hoop and gets stripped by Christie. But 76ers +7 in rebounding against the best rebounding team in the NBA. Time now for our Southwest long distance shot. Kyle Korver coming right off of there. AI looking for him, knocks it down.
It's 50-37, the Sixers. Under 5 to play first half. Boy, the Sixers with 50 points already.
Well, Orlando's one of those teams that just not that interested in playing defense. 27th overall in the last 5 games, 105 points per game they're giving up.
Iverson nearly dropped it home. He was fouled by Hedo Turkoglu. Allen Iverson, a magnificent first half, and he will go to the line for 2. What is the hottest collectible? Bobbleheads, game-worn jerseys. Well, the 76ers are giving you both on Wednesday, March 2nd. Sixers and New Jersey, the first 5,000 fans get a very special collectible, an Allen Iverson bobblehead with an actual game-worn jersey swatch in every base. For ticket information, call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to the Sixers website, Sixers.com. The Iverson bobblehead, courtesy of Reebok. Hedo Turkoglu picks up the technical foul. And Kyle Korver makes good. Well, the Magic, he did travel yesterday, but did not play. Steve Francis, evidently, good enough to come back in, or at least he's going to try it. Sixers, of course, did play last night at Toronto, so this the second in the back-to-back situation. As Turkoglu now will cool his heels on the bench with Francis coming back. And here's Iverson living the good life, making 2 at the line. Sixers leading by 16. Iverson with 25 of the Sixers' 53. Francis backing away from AI. Iguodala outduels Grant Hill, try to bang it off of Howard. There's Cato trying to pick up some loose change. And we have a Sixer foul. Corliss Williamson, personal number 3. Personal number 2 for Corliss. Sixers, though, are in the penalty.
Isn't it amazing when you take a look at the collection of talent on Orlando's team? Only 9 and 17 on the road.
And lately on the road, they have really struggled. They have won only 3 of their last 16. They are just 1 and 4 on the road against Atlantic Division teams. And their only road win in the Atlantic coming at New York back on December 3rd.
Tell you what, if I'm an owner right now, and I know Flip's out there, any coach on his last year of his contract, I'm not re-signing until I find out what Flip does.
Korver, as Francis falls, Dallenberg drills it. Sixers leading 55-38, 55 points, and still nearly 4 minutes to go in the first half. So the Sixers score 100 or more this year. They're 18 and 5. They did it again last night in the win against the Raptors at Toronto. Dallenberg with a tough shot. There's Francis leaking ahead of Iverson. Wow! And the footsteps from Allen were just enough. Francis claiming contact, but the whistle of the official underneath James Capers silent as Iverson misses the 3, though Korver has a floorboard.
And Francis is still hollering at the official. He's not even in on the play.
He's looking for a technical foul, and there it is. He just wanted it. He was begging for it. He was totally out of the play. That's the second tee against a member of the Magic here in the first half.
Well, you know what? You always complain when things aren't going right for you. Now, that being said, the 76ers are just outworking and out hustling the Orlando Magic. If you're Johnny Davis, you've got to get your guys together and say, listen, they're just killing you on the offensive boards to every loose ball, everything that happens on the course during the course of the ball game. You're getting beat to it. Take a look at Steve Francis. I mean, he's not even in the play. That's all he
exactly.
wants. Right.
That's all video while the play's going.
Yeah.
Here's Korver unleashing a 3. Sixers leading this one by 18, 56-38. An impressive showing by the Sixers here at home. They tip off a 3-game homestand. Great hustle by Korver to keep it alive. Iguodala flying in, collides with Hill in the offensive foul on Andre Iguodala. Not to negate the great hustle at the other end by Korver, who ended up hurting his left elbow, diving on the floor.
Well, after getting the technical, Steve Francis tried to do something on the individual end. But take a look at Kyle Korver diving on the floor. You gotta like that. And there's Grant Hill hustling back, taking the charge. But you always know Steve Francis is going to go one-on-one when something positive doesn't happen.
Iguodala sitting with 3 personals. On a rope to Hill. Francis gathered it in, but we have a whistle. And a foul on Dwight Howard of the Magic. 2 on him, 2 on the team. We'll take a timeout. Johnny Davis's Orlando Magic team thoroughly outplayed by the Sixers here in the first half.
Hey, I see you all the time. You think you cute, a little bit much. Waiting to give me a line. Give me a line. Give me a love. Give me a taste. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna have to chase me.
Hey. Hey. Whew. Yeah. You look relaxed for somebody in your condition.
It's because I have Aflac.
What do you mean?
Oh, when I'm hurt and miss work, Aflac gives me cash to help pay bills my health insurance doesn't.
You mean like car payments?
Mm-hmm.
Electric bills?
Mm-hmm.
Or the rent?
Yep. Even food. Chinese is here.
Great. I love duck.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SUV Championships.
Anybody can ride an SUV. Not everybody rides it right.
Pushing it too hard.
Without respect for what they're capable of, it's easy to see why a lot of riders take the role. SUVs are big and powerful, and on top of one, you can feel almost invincible.
Easy now, big fella.
Keeping your SUV in off course.
Look at that control.
That's the idea, right? Ooh.
Philadelphia-born native, the late, great Wilt Chamberlain, the most dominant player in league history. On Tuesday, March 8th, the 76ers paid tribute to him. Throwback night. Sixers wind back the clock. The first 5,000 fans get a commemorative Wilt Chamberlain statuette presented by the History Channel. 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. Log on to the Sixers website, Sixers.com, or to learn more about Wilt, be sure to visit www.wiltfund, that's one word, wiltfund.com. Here are the Sixers out of the timeout.
Old version there of one of the 76ers juices.
Good stuff. Williamson intending that for Aaron McKee. Sixers turned it over for the 8th time. 10 miscues for the Magic.
4 of 17 here in the second quarter for the Magic. No free throws in the first quarter, so just a little bit of frustration on their part. But as we said, Sixers just being the aggressors all night long.
Korver, I think, intended that for McKee. Jackson finally gets it. Got the rookie Howard on him. Mark looking to take all comers. Cato coming in, rejecting him. Magic, pretty good shot blocking team. Cato among their leaders. Hill, unfinished business for him. Now Cato in the weeds with Iverson coming up. He's short of him and he drains it. Allen Iverson, a magnificent first half with 27 points. He stared Cato in the eyes and dropped in 2. And the Sixer lead built to 20, their largest lead. Francis in a crowd. And the double dribble called on Steve Francis.
Pushing the basketball. Looks up, see Cato up there to stop the pop. The jump shot is going. That sets up the stutter step and go if he gets it the next time.
90 seconds to play first half. Sixers in the midst of a 21-5 run over about the last 6 minutes and looking for more. Williamson in deep. It'll be Magic basketball. Corliss, a starter tonight with 13 points and 6 rebounds. Sixers dominating the glass on the Magic. Pretty good rebounding team, out-rebounding them by 8. Here now the Magic without a field goal over about the last 4 minutes of game time. But a Sixer foul here on Allen Iverson, allowing the Magic to earn some points at the line.
Steve Francis will go to the line to shoot 2.
Big trade made in late June with the Houston Rockets. Really broke up their team when they sent Steve Francis, Coutinho Mobley, and Kelvin Cato. Ostensibly for Tracy McGrady.
I thought that was a great trade for Orlando. You were able to bring in 3 starters at that particular time. As you said, Francis, Mobley, and Cato. And you take a look at what you gave up. You gave up a guy that pretty much bagged the season last year, quit on his players last year in the last 15 or 20 games, and just said, you know what, that's it. We're not going anywhere, so I'm not playing. Or at least playing hard, he said.
Talking about Tracy McGrady, of course. The Magic only won 21 games last year. Already they won 26. They have been above 500 all year. They're now 3 games above 500. Iverson playing in traffic again, weaving in. There's Francis leaking. Korver trying to cover up, but Steve Francis got the basketball and laid it in. He's got 16 here in the first half. That's the margin for the Sixers. The Magic getting their first field goal in about the last 4.5 minutes. Jackson over Cato, dropped it. Mark actually second on the team in scoring, averaging 12, and the Sixers now with 60 points. Francis finally gets inside. The setup of Cato, who drops in 2. Cato, more of a rebounder and defender, averages only 8. Shot clock is unplugged. The Magic with a foul to give, and there it is, taken by Christie. But still 6.7 to go for the Sixers here in the first half. Protection for Steve Francis, who has 2 personal fouls. Jameer Nelson in for him. Hearty applause for the homeboy.
Now watch Kyle coming off the screen, the dribble handoff by Jackson, a back screen.
Iverson with Christie going for the steal, dips in and gets 2. The 76ers now with 62 points, leading by 18. Nelson grabs it, fires it, he was fouled. Oh, Aaron McKee fouling Jameer Nelson, at least that's the call. The clock showing all zeros. Now you can look at the video to determine whether or not the foul occurred before the quarter expired, and they want to do just that. Mike Callahan.
I agree with Jim O'Brien.
What are you picking up, partner?
Jim O'Brien told the official that's the worst call of the entire year. I agree wholeheartedly. Oh, I've seen that guy make a lot of bad calls. Let's take a look. I mean, if he saw the foul, I don't know where it was. And if he saw the foul, he's got to shoot 3 free throws.
I would guess that he saw the foul right there.
Well, look
right there.
Aaron's trying to get away from him. So you don't make that call.
Well, you can try to avoid contact and
well,
still
he was.
make contact.
He was.
The question is he making contact?
Aaron's trying to pull away. It's a 3, no question. It was a 3. So now where'd the foul occur and how much time's left up on the clock? 1.1 they put up, and Jameer Nelson will go to the line to shoot 3. Yep.
Shooting 3 shots will be Jameer Nelson.
Wow. So just a slight damper on an otherwise stellar first half. Jameer Nelson, just a 62% free throw shooter.
Yeah, he's got to be better than that as a point guard. Point guard should be somewhere up 75. Look at he misses 2 in a row. 75 to 85.
Giving it to Nelson. Reserve Brandon Hunter, who was just put into the game and just activated off the injured list. Nelson missing all 3. Wow. So after all that, the Magic coming up scoreless as the Sixers post 62 points, a season high for a first half this year. Iverson already on his average with 29 here at intermission.
AI with 29 points here in the first half. Outstanding job driving into the hoop early, getting the contact, getting to the line. Just a whale of a first half. Just about pretty much has his way on the Orlando Magic in the first half. Moments ago, the stop, the pop, bam, knocks it down. As I said earlier, that'll set up the drive as Allen Iverson lighting them up here in the first half.
So the Sixers, a season high for a first half, 62 big ones. Their lead at 18 points. Coming up, Matt Fine in the Comcast Sportsnet studios with the Taco Bell halftime report. They'll have that for you right after this.
This President's Day, start a revolution with confidence. Better value for the money than Toyota Camry or Honda Accord. That's the confidence you get with Chevy Malibu. Now until February 22nd, use Auto Show allowance to lease an 05 Malibu sedan for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. It's a great time to join the revolution. Hurry, Auto Show allowance ends February 22nd.
With any other checking account, you've just made an everyday purchase. With a Wachovia free checking account, you've just earned points towards a flight to Cancun. Wachovia extra free checking with Visa Extras. Wachovia extra free checking with free online bill pay.
Monday at 7, the Sixers play with all their heart against the New York Knicks. After the game, Don't Miss presents Sixers Postgame Live. Sixers-Knicks Monday at 7. Get your game on Comcast Sportsnet. In HD TV, we're available. When you can't get enough college hoops, Comcast Sportsnet is the place to go. Catch the biggest rivalries, the fastest growing stars, the players and teams you want to see. We've got action from the Big 5 City Series to the Big East, from the Atlantic 10 to the Ivy League, and from all around the country. We've got your home court advantage all season long. Get your game on Comcast Sportsnet. College basketball brought to you by Toyota. For the 6th year in a row, the fans have selected Allen Iverson to the NBA's All-Star team. Now follow in AI's footsteps as D-Liner reports from Denver. Don't miss All-Star coverage, starting Friday at 10 on Sports Night on Comcast Sportsnet.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Time now for the Taco Bell halftime update. The score after 2, the Sixers looking pretty good, up 18-62-44 over Orlando. Hello and welcome inside our Comcast Sportsnet studios. I'm Matt Fine. We'll get you back out for the second half in just a moment. But first, we've got some coaching news coming out of Minnesota. The Timberwolves fired head coach Flip Saunders today. Vice President of Basketball Operations Kevin McHale will take over. He hired himself. Take over on the bench. Minnesota, 1 game below 500 this season. That's a big disappointment after last season's franchise best 58-24 mark. Saunders had spent part of 10 different seasons with the T-Wolves. It was the second longest tenure among NBA coaches. He'll be reassigned within the organization. On the court, Wizards. Pistons early on, Washington in transition. Jarvis Hayes gets it, slams it, was up by 4. But here come the Pistons. Chauncey Billups pulls up, take it. There he goes, 3-point shot. Detroit up by 5, and right now, as we take you to the board, it's a pretty close game, 8-point game in favor of the Pistons at home in the second quarter. The only other game on the schedule tonight, Bucks-Hawks, an 8:30 start. That will do it for this update. Second half, just moments away. Enjoy the rest of the game, folks.
When 5 cheerleaders witnessed a murder, he moved in to protect them.
Nobody may leave the house without an escort. Any questions?
Are you always so uptight?
Yes.
But now he'll have to get in touch.
Someone has to go shopping.
With his feminine side.
I need the slim fit, the one with wings.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Where's your happy face?
This is my happy face.
Man of the house with Cedric the Entertainer.
He who is without sin cast the first stone. Ah! It slipped.
Rated PG-13 in theaters February 25th.
Looks like everybody's after McDonald's Filet-O-Fish. Crispy, flaky fish, melting cheese, and tangy tartar sauce. I'll bite.
Well, look who finally decided to take a break from his new computer. Hey, how exactly am I supposed to show off my amazing European-inspired suspension if I'm just sitting here? You know, I'm hoping that you're up there downloading maps so we can go somewhere cool when you're better. And may I just remind you, my friend, that were it not for me, you would not have that new Dell computer.
Ford Focus, it begs to be driven. Get Ford Focus with $2,500 cash back and get a Dell Dimension PC with a flat panel monitor and an all-in-one printer at no extra charge. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Ever since I won all that money on Jeopardy,
what is stinking rich?
I've had a lot of relatives coming out of the woodwork.
Ken Jennings! Kurt Jennings!
I'm your aunt's sister twice removed from your
cousin's ex-wife's second husband.
Great uncle's third cousin.
Cousins.
Stepfather's
son through common law marriage.
You're my cousin on which side?
Exactly.
I'm gonna need a good family plan.
Their Family Talk plan lets you talk to 48 million people for free.
Who is singular?
That's right, Ken. And now you can add a line for just $9.99.
The new Singular, raising the bar.
The 76ers have a new spirit, a new attitude, and affordable tickets. Great seats are available for most 76ers home games, and individual tickets for all 76ers games are priced starting at just $10 and available by calling 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or online by logging on to www.sixers.com.
The spirit, we got new spirit, brand new spirit, 76ers, new spirit, Sixers basketball is back.
76ers, a season high for our first half, 62 points as they lead the Magic by 18 here at the break. Happy you are taking a break with us, courtside here at the Wachovia Center with my partner Steve Mix. I'm Mark Sumoff. Well, the Sixers could have come here sluggish. They played last night, although they had a dominating win at Toronto, but Allen Iverson wouldn't let them from the get-go. He's been terrific.
You know what? They haven't played sluggish all season long, and tonight, no different than any other night, as Allen Iverson, as you said, Mark, would not allow them to be sluggish. Early on, going to the hoop, 17 first quarter points. AI ending up with 29 on 11 for 20 from the floor. Getting the job done to stop the pop. Everything is going in for Allen Iverson as the 76ers lead this thing by 18, 62-44, and we will be right back.
This President's Day, start a revolution with confidence. Better value for the money than Toyota Camry or Honda Accord. That's the confidence you get with Chevy Malibu. Now until February 22nd, use Auto Show allowance to lease an 05 Malibu sedan for around $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. It's a great time to join the revolution. Hurry, Auto Show allowance ends February 22nd.
Thanks, Charlie. These are great. The Sixers with a healthy 18-point lead here at the half. And while you got to love the points they put on the board, you also have to admire the defense they were able to play in the first half, holding the Orlando Magic to just a hair over 40% field goal shooting and, challenging shots. You always hear Jim O'Brien talk about that. They did a good job of that. Over the last couple of games, last four maybe, they've really tried to emphasize an up-tempo game. And when you get 62 points, you're obviously doing that. But according to their numbers, they were 11 of 17 on the fast break. You might remember last night they outscored Toronto 20-0 on the fast break. If there's one thing they'd like to do a better job of, Orlando only had the 5 offensive rebounds, but they were going to the glass. They just weren't bouncing in Orlando's favor, so maybe do a better job there.
76ers basketball on Comcast Sportsnet, being brought to you in part by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. And by Lexus, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Allen Iverson strapping them on, getting ready for the start of the second half. Talking aplenty right in front of us as we bring you the leading scores brought to you by Wachovia. Steve Francis and Grant Hill pacing the Magic. And for the 76ers, Allen Iverson and Corliss Williamson in double figures. As we are set now to begin the third quarter. Along with D-Line and Steve Mix, Mark Sumoff tonight here on Comcast Sportsnet. Both Indiana and Boston are idols. The Sixers do themselves good with a win here as Cato is stripped. Iverson escaping Francis, gives it up. Iguodala studies a three. Andre hit a career-high 3 of those last night in the Sixer win at Toronto. And Root 16 points. That's the first shot he has taken in this game.
Sixer ball.
Sixers get it off the Orlando turnover. It is their 13th. Sixers running Iverson along with Iguodala. Williamson, the replacement for the injured Kenny Thomas, one of the forwards, as Francis scoops up the loose ball. He takes on Iguodala, and the jump ball results. A great defensive play by Andre on Steve Francis.
2-on-1 opportunity. The biggest running with you. And Andre Iguodala ends up with a great defensive play because Steve Francis doesn't want to give it up. Take a look at that. Our All-State good hands defensive play of the game. That's a great play by Andre. You've got to give it to the big. You just have to give it to him. He's running the floor with it.
Francis knows that Andre's got 3 inches on him, trying to get the edge here. Iguodala tips it. Christie saves it. Iverson vies with Hill, and finally, the Magic with possession. Iguodala with other ideas. Leaves for a Korver 3. Got it!
Well, I'll tell you what, they really look for Kyle Korver running the floor. That's a great pass by Andre. The 76ers extend their lead.
Oh, you got a guy who shoots a 3 like that, you better look for him. Magic 3 turnovers to start the second half. Not a way to start any kind of a comeback attempt. Here come the Sixers leading by 21. Iverson behind the back to Williamson. One more for Iguodala. Can't unleash. Korver was waiting, trying to unleash a 3. Here comes Francis against Iguodala. It would have counted. Steve Francis, we're going to pay him. Well, you're right, Steve. The Sixers beating the Magic to every spot on the floor tonight.
And that's what you want. I mean, if you're a coach, you've got to be extremely happy. Southwest long distance shot. Andre Iguodala, a little bounce pass back. Bam, knock it down. Kyle Korver, last 16 games, 44% from beyond the arc.
He is 41% overall for the season. Second overall in total threes made. And of the top 7 in that category, he has the best percentage of any of them. The reason Aaron McKee is in, Andre Iguodala has to sit now with 4 personal fouls. Steve Francis has taken 8 of the 19 free throws by the Magic in the game. He has hit all 8. He's got 18 points. Sixers now running Iverson along with Aaron McKee. That's Al in the bump and run with Cato, who ends up stripping it. Christie and Francis the give and go, and Stevie Francis winds up for the major slam off the break.
Well, the important thing for the 76ers, at one point they had a 21-point lead. Orlando 4 points in a row, so you can withstand a little mini run here by Orlando.
Again, Iverson teaming with McKee, Williamson, Korver the forwards, Dallenberg in the middle. Orlando forcing the turnover.
3-on-1 opportunity pass, and it comes right back to him.
Kyle Korver picking up his first personal foul.
That's a nice shot, isn't it?
Nice shot of the shot.
Yep.
Grant Hill. Iverson going for the swipe. Cato steps in. Allen against a good defender in Doug Christie. Little Christie or anybody could do about Iverson's first half explosion of 29. Goes gliding in for 2 more. Give him 31, the 3rd straight game in which he has hit for 30 or more.
You know what's interesting is you watch Orlando on the defensive end. They put a lot of pressure on the perimeter. Now, what that does, it allows drives and passes down through the lane, too. It really spreads the defense out pretty good. As Doug Christie going to put some pressure out on the perimeter, and that allows the quicker guys that can handle the ball this opportunity right here.
Kelvin Cato, the personal foul, his 3rd. So Christie checks out. Hedo Turkoglu checking in. Corliss Williamson going to the line. Again, Williamson, the replacement in the starting lineup for Kenny Thomas, not playing with a lower back strain. Also, John Salmon's not available tonight. because of what is termed asthmatic bronchitis. So only 10 dressed for the Sixers. And one more at the line for Williamson. Sixer lead at 19, 67-48. Turkoglu gliding in. Howard had it ripped away. He gets hit in the face. Up for grabs, and it's Francis. So Howard took a swipe in the left eye. Francis had to absorb a similar hit in the first half. He came back, and he misses the healthy three. Iverson. D'Alembert got it. Well done by Sammy, who actually started things with the defensive board. D'Alembert, another solid performance. 8 points, 8 boards. Magic missing 5 of 6 to begin the period. And the Sixer defense swarming again. Williamson with a swipe. Iverson with a burst inside, and Allen just keeps on going in there. And the Magic unable to stop him at all, except the foul. Personal, Grant Hill. Coming up, Dodge presents Sixers Postgame Live. We're seeing Jameer Nelson on the floor as college coach. Phil Martelli will be next to D. Lynham as they bring you the highlights, the analysis, comments of Coach Jim O'Brien and other Sixers. Dodge presents Sixers Postgame Live after the game on Comcast Sportsnet. Corliss Williamson relieved by Mark Jackson. Williamson averages only 21 minutes. He has played 26 thus far as the starter.
Should get up about 34 to 36 minutes as a starter. You know, you take a look at those first half stats. The bigs, the forwards, and the center for the 76ers doing a heck of a job outscoring Orlando's guys 21 to 20, 27 to 21, doing a great job. You like those numbers when the bigs can score too.
Magic, one of the better three-point shooting teams in the league, 0 for 6 tonight. As Jackson gets the roll. His third field goal for 6. Only bench player to score tonight. Of course, the Sixer bench minus Corliss Williamson, who was the starter. The Sixers an 8-0 run. Their lead expands to 25. All cotton for Grant Hill. Hill with 16. Iverson, the bump and run with Francis, and he stepped out of bounds. Sixers now with 12 turnovers, 15 for the Magic. Iverson swiping that. Allen coming in, third in the NBA in steals, and he's fouled again. 2 more at the line for the relentless Allen Iverson.
Steve Francis is third.
Stripping the ball from Grant Hill. Now pushing the basketball, looking for the opening. And just taking it right to the hoop. Good play by Allen right there. Going to push it right here. Take a look at Francis. Going to attack him. And there's the call by the official. AI shooting 2 more.
Iverson 34 and counting. He has 4 assists as well. No turnovers. 11 of 11 from the line. His team up 25 again, matching their largest lead. The steal moments ago was Iverson's 4th. Iverson ripped it away from Francis. Allen is all over the place. The lob for D'Alembert from Korver, and Sammy was fouled. This will be on Tony Battie of the Orlando Magic. foul was on the floor, so the Sixers will have it here with 20 to shoot. For the Magic, their 4th team foul. The Sixers dominating last night and really dominating here at home against Orlando. Leading by...
This is the way you like to head into the All-Star break. Dominating teams, just Turkaloo drains the 3-ball.
And for the Magic, their first 3 of the night. They're 1 of 8, coming in 10th overall in the NBA in three-point percentage.
Turkaloo is the only guy to score off the bench for Orlando tonight.
Art Jackson, Steve, through about a 2-week period where that jumper was not falling with regularity, but he seems to have regained the touch.
Well, you certainly hope so. You're going to need him coming down the stretch.
He has 8 and 5 boards off the bench, teaming with Dallenberg, with the Sixers a big man short. Kenny Thomas, the lower back strain, not playing tonight. Grant Hill taking McKee. Dallenberg recoups his 9th. Iverson fouled again. This will be Steve Francis on the personal, number 4 for him. Puts the Magic in the penalty. 2 at the line when we come back.
Yeah. Looking good. Keep working. Not on the boat now.
Here.
You got it?
Yeah, get in. Yeah.
Bummer, it's just an 8-footer.
Oh, well, throwback.
Yeah.
A bad day in Florida beats a good day almost anywhere else. Fly Southwest Airlines from Philadelphia to Florida for just $79 one way. Southwest Airlines.
You are now free to move about the country.
So this is a right-in, right-out thing, right? You know, I'm not a car that likes to sit around. When the world says stop, I got over 150 horses under the hood saying, go, baby, go, don't stop. Hey, you know what? You spend all day online. How about on-road, Alex? If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have gotten that Dell computer. Oh, no, 30 more minutes on your computer? You got a hard drive, I got a drive.
Ford Focus, it begs to be driven. Get Ford Focus with $2,500 cash back and get a Dell Dimension PC with a flat panel monitor and an all-in-one printer at no extra charge. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Thanks to our 555 deal, that's 3 pizzas for just $5 each. Everyone can get exactly what they want. It's changing the way people order pizza.
3 pizzas with whatever I want. If I want olive, I can order olive. If I want pineapple, I can order pineapple.
But you ordered 3 pepperoni.
I fear change.
Domino's 555 deal is back. Buy 3 or more medium one-topping pizzas and they're all just $5 each. Get the door. It's the 555 deal.
Take your extra special person and bring them here to the Wachovia Center for a special Valentine's Day celebration. The 76ers and the Knicks. You'll get a pair of club box seats, 2 hours of beer, wine, or soft drinks, a champagne toast, a delicious dinner, and a lot more other stuff under $300 a couple. Call 215-339-7676, 215-339-7676. S-Mark Steve brought to you by Canon Business Solutions. The question, how many foot surgeries has Grant Hill endured? Boy, what a story. Grant Hill originally had 3 surgeries for the stress fracture in his ankle. It didn't heal right. They decided, you know what? You have a genetic problem. You need a 4th surgery. They gave him that 4th surgery by breaking his heel. What happens? Comes down with a terrible infection, a life-threatening one. So they had to transplant tissue from his tricep into the affected area. That cured him. Then, after miles and miles of patience and rehab, he has not only come back, Steve, but he has come back to once again be an all-star. That is a great story, a great sports story, let alone a great NBA story.
Selected to the 7th All-Star game this year.
But think of how mentally taxing that had to be, let alone the physical rehabilitation he had to go through. As Iverson, guess what, is fouled again. Tony Battie, his 4th. Allen stepping to the stripe for the 14th and 15th times tonight.
You can see Tony Battie coming over, moving that left leg, catching Allen across the thigh.
Pat Garrity, 4 scoreless minutes in the first half. In to get Tony Battie. Corliss Williamson coming in to replace Samuel Dallenberg. Good night so far for Sammy. 8 points, 9 boards, 23 minutes of work. Iverson with 37 points, 13 of 15 from the line. Johnny Davis's team, his entire team has gone to the line only 4 more times. The guy he coached for 1 season, his rookie season here, 96-97.
Well, 76ers defense really picking up the pace there. 3 of 12 on the offensive end for Orlando. Orlando started this ball game out 10 of 15, shooting the ball extremely well. Since that time, 10 of 40.
So here's Mark Jackson going to the line after the personal foul on the rookie Dwight Howard, his 3rd. '76ers a game and a half behind Boston for first place in the Atlantic. So they could take half a game off of that lead. They lead Indiana by a half game for the 8th and final spot in the East. So they can add a half game to that with a win here. Right now leading by 25 in a thoroughly dominating performance here at home, where they will be Monday against New York and Wednesday against Detroit. Hill, who's been very steady. Korver in a crowd wrestling with Howard. They'll jump it up. Good job by Kyle Korver going after the rebound. He's got 6 of those already.
Jump shot by Hill. I'll take a look right here. Kyle Korver. You know, it's amazing when you take a look at him. He's coming down some nights with 8, 9, 10 rebounds. You ask him to expand his game, and he has.
He's 3rd on the team in steals. Nelson saving it. Hill in a tangle with McKee, and that's the reason for the whistle. The personal on Aaron.
Keep an eye right here, Aaron McKee locking that leg underneath and then just lifting it up. Aaron McKee trying to get away with a veteran move.
For McKee, his 4th. Sixers, their 3rd. Korver locked on to Turkoglu, who got Korver to bite on the fake. For Kyle, his 2nd. Sixers now at the team foul limit. That'll send the native of Turkey, Hedo Turkoglu, to the line. Turkoglu, for most of his career coming off the bench, a handful of starts this year as the 2-guard. That when Cuttino Mobley was traded and they were breaking in Doug Christie. Andre Iguodala, foul difficulty for most of the night. He comes back onto the floor with 4 in relief of Korver. Korver sitting with a dozen, including a pair of 3s. Under 4 to play, 3rd quarter. Williamson wants it against Garrity, who's got him fronted. And a 3-second violation called against the Sixers. Jim O'Brien just clapping his hands moments ago, saying quite simply, guys, let's execute. Well, they have done so here tonight, shooting just under 53%.
The players, when they start looking up at the scoreboard and they start seeing that they have a 23-point lead, then you start doing a little bit too much. You start losing a little focus, and that was a good reminder for Jim O'Brien to say, listen, guys, focus a little bit. We've got to execute.
Iverson trying to bust up Nelson, who's all over him. Allen from the prone position. They finally find Williamson. The Sixers end up keeping it with 9 to shoot. Some great hustle by Allen, and he's got the respect for Jameer, who have tangled on occasion in some summertime games. And Nelson grew up in Chester idolizing AI. Here's some relief for Allen. Willie Green in for him, and here's the ovation. Iverson sitting with 37. Turkoglu off the Jackson miss. It's 80-57, the Sixers by 23. Jackson breaks it free. Williamson on the run. Iguodala and Williamson, the give and go. Don't count it. Offensive foul, Corliss Williamson.
Well, where's Garrity? Is he in the restricted area? Let's take a look. He was out of the restricted area. The official saw that. Take a look right here.
Under 3 minutes to go in the third. The Sixers leading by plenty.
Evening, boys. Looks like you fellas are having some kind of party.
No, sir.
No party at all. See, we've had reports of referees taking people's Bud Light and replacing it with Miller Lite.
Oh, that's so wrong. That's absolutely.
Yeah, it's bad. Listen, guys, I'm going to need to see a receipt for that Bud Light.
Jerry, you got that receipt? Yeah, receipt. Yeah, I got it right. Run!
Some people will do anything to get the great taste of Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
We got zebras on the run requesting backup.
Looks like everybody's after McDonald's Filet-O-Fish. Crispy, flaky fish, melting cheese, and tangy tartar sauce. I'll bite.
Great job on that presentation today.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
It's as driven as you are. The new redesigned Camry XLE. Now that's moving you forward.
Game 2 of the 3-game homestand for the Sixers. Before the All-Star break, they'll tangle with those New York Knicks. All the action here at the Wachovia Center. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS for the latest in ticket information, or dial up the 76ers official website, Sixers.com. Here now the Magic out of the timeout. Iverson getting a rest. Number 9, Deshaun Stevenson in for Orlando as Jameer Nelson goes all the way in for the bucket. And for Jameer, his first field goal, he's averaging 6. His numbers have steadily gone up as the season has gone on. There's Mark Jackson driving in, ends up on the floor.
4 on 5, guys.
Iguodala going for the steal on Turkoglu. Stevenson is deep in the rotation. Nelson, what a play off the offensive glass, finding Howard, and he is fouled. Sixer foul, Willie Green.
Willie Green with the foul, that's his first. He's good.
Both teams now in the penalty. First personal on Willie Green. Magic at 26-23. Now, true, the Sixers have dominated here, but they can maintain this percentage. They'll have 44 wins. That'll mark a 23-game turnaround from last year, where at one point they had lost 19 consecutive games.
And you would think that would get them into the playoffs with 43 wins.
Right now, they are the number 6 seed. And the 6 seed would take on the number 3 seed, which will probably be this year the winner of the Atlantic Division. Right now, the Boston Celtics are in first. The Sixers looking to close that gap to a game with a win here.
2 minutes, 2 minutes left.
Keep in mind, the Sixers already have the tiebreaker over the Celtics, at least for the time being. They lead the season series, the 4-game season series, 2-0. Iguodala bumping into Garrity. He is called for the offensive foul.
Well, Andre had the shot at 17 feet, and that's his 5th personal foul. When you have the shot, you come off a double screen, you have to realize you're going to be open. Look over your shoulder to find out where the defense is. Look at the ball at the same time, catch the ball. You're either going to go up with it or one dribble to a jump shot.
Iguodala forced to sit as Nelson drains the deuce. 8 straight for the Magic here. The Sixer lead down to 17 at 80-63 with 90 seconds to go. Willie Green had it rejected by Howard. Stevenson, who could certainly run, takes on all comers and delivers. And the Magic now putting together a run here to make it a 15-point game. The Sixer lead as large as 25. They've ripped off 10 straight. A lot of this happening with Allen Iverson on the bench. Williamson trying to stem the tide. The goaltend on Howard. Scored 2 for Corliss Williamson. So the Sixers really needing something. Go down deep to Williamson, who comes up with the deuce thanks to the goaltend on Howard. The Sixers' first field goal over about the last 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Williamson, by the way, 7 of 10 for his 15. Breaks up the 10-0 burst for the Magic, but they continue to get theirs. Pat Garrity, his first field goal. This third quarter has 45 seconds to run. Willie Green, there's Nelson taking the charge on Willie.
Well, Johnny Davis finding a group of players that'll work on the defensive end, and Jameer Nelson taking the bump.
But he's got a lot of offense on the bench. Hill resting, Francis resting. The Sixers, their 9th turnover of the quarter. Nelson finding his points at the other end. And suddenly the Magic creeping back into it. That forces the Sixers here with 32.1 to go in the third to call a timeout.
For Jameer Nelson, just working off the screen, getting caught up, is Willie Green. Now take a look at the two Sixers right here. Corliss Williamson and Willie Green running into each other, and that allows Jameer Nelson to get a second jump shot off of that high pick and roll.
The Magic in the midst of a 14-2 run. The only Sixer points coming moments ago on the Corliss Williamson field goal. And that was the goaltending violation on Dwight Howard. Allen Iverson was probably hoping, at least Jim O'Brien was probably hoping, that he could rest him for the rest of the third quarter, but now in for the final half minute of the period. Sixer lead down to 13. Here's Iverson dipping in and rimming it. Williamson with a piece of it. Now the shot clock is unplugged. The Magic coming back here to make this some semblance of a game. We're down by as many as 25. Here's Garrity dropping it. And it is a game, my friends. 82-71, the Sixer lead down to 11. Here's Iverson hoping for something. It's a three, and down it goes. Wow! Talk about puncturing Orlando's balloon.
Just when Orlando was feeling good about themselves, AI and the buzzer drains the three.
The Magic had a 16-2 run going before that. They'll take a look at it.
Introducing the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee with an available Hemi V8 and QuadraDrive 2, our most advanced available four-wheel drive system ever. The new 2005 Liberty with an available 210 horsepower V6 and choice of available rugged four-wheel drive systems. And the spacious and extremely capable Wrangler Unlimited. Go ahead, let it snow. Get 0% financing plus February bonus cash for total savings of up to $5,700 on Liberty.
Hey, son, I saw this great deal from Singular. Buy one video phone, get one free, and I thought, cool way to keep in touch. I know being away for the first time could be kind of tough.
Ryan.
College doesn't have to be all about the books.
Thanks, Ryan.
Try to have some fun. Eventually, you'll make new friends.
Only Singular gives you a great deal on this latest video phone. Buy this awesome phone for just $49.99. Get another one free.
Your grandmother says hello. The Johnsons, they say
The new Singular, raising the bar.
When you're cheering for the Phillies, Birds, Sixers, and Flyers, you need more than just a few minutes of sports each night. You need to be inside the action, on top of the stories, and around the players and coaches. You need up-close, comprehensive coverage of your teams. You need Comcast Sportsnet. Wake up with SportsRise every morning and check in with Sportsnet at 6:30, 10, and 1 a.m. Before the game, after the game, and all the action in between. Get your game on Comcast Sportsnet. Join Charlie Manuel and the rest of the Phils for spring training in sunny Clearwater, Florida. On February 25th, take part in a live taping of Comcast Sportsnet's preseason baseball special, Meet the Phillies. For more information, log on to ComcastSportsNet.com. Friday at 7:30, catch your lacrosse action as the Rochester Nighthawks travel south to face off against the Philadelphia Wings. Then at 10, don't miss Toyota Sports Night. Nighthawks Wings, Friday at 7:30. Get your game on Comcast Sportsnet.
76ers basketball tonight on Comcast Sportsnet, being brought to you in part by your Quality Plus Ford dealers.
We'll take a look. Just before the buzzer sounded, AI behind the line. The official right there called it a 3. After reviewing it, obviously a 3 ball right there.
And with that 3, Allen Iverson, for the 55th time in his career, has a 40-point game. That is 55 times in his career, 40 or more. And that is through 3 quarters of play. That was just in time, that 3. The Magic had unfurled a 16-2 run. Now it's a 14-point game as we go to the 4th. D. Lonham and Steve Mix, Mark Zumoff tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. Iverson, who came back late in the 3rd, missing. Williamson collects the miss and a foul. Good work by both Dallenberg and Williamson to retrieve that. Hedo Turkoglu picks up his 3rd personal foul.
Williamson will go to the line to shoot 2.
Allen Iverson twice this year has hit for 50 or more. The last time he did it was against Utah here on December 20th. The game before, he had a season-high 54 that was at Milwaukee. Second most in his career-high 58. And that was against the Houston Rockets, who had Steve Francis then, back on January 15th of 2002.
It's always interesting to talk to players after they've had a great game or see some of the quotes, because they always tell you, man, the rim's as big as you know, it just seems to grow every time that bucket is made. And it seems every time you miss, it gets a little bit smaller.
Like the size of a golf hole, maybe?
Yeah.
Call here against the Magic. It will be on Dwight Howard. The loose ball foul is his 4th. Iverson ending up on the floor and, in fact, holding briefly his left hip. He's in the backcourt with McKee, Dallenberg in the middle, Williamson and Korver the forwards. Hedo Turkoglu tips it out of bounds as the Magic begin the 4th quarter without their 2 top scorers, Francis and Hill, still on the bench. This group helped to turn it around in the 3rd quarter for the Magic. Johnny Davis riding them into the 4th as Iverson drills another 3. Steve, what hasn't he done tonight?
Yeah, it's just amazing. As I said, I mean, that thing really starting to look big right now, that rim.
The Magic had ripped off a 16-2 run. Iverson hit the 3 at the end of the 3rd, hits another here as they work it inside Stevenson, finding a man inside Dwight Howard, and a foul.
Time now for another Southwest long distance shot. Working off the screen, Howard leaves him, and AI only needs a fraction of a second to get that shot off.
It cannot be overstated how special of a talent he is. And you tend to take a guy for granted, having watched him now into his 9th NBA season. But you really begin to realize what he means when you go into the visiting cities and they delight in not only watching him, the fans do, but broadcasters, the writers, the other coaches, the other players. Dwight Howard now with 8 and 10 boards in the game. Sixer lead at 16, as large as 25. Iverson getting help from Dallenberg on the high screen. And Allen to the line for the 16th and 17th times tonight. Pat Garrity, the personal foul. First on him, third already on the team. And there he is again.
So that's why, you know, when all of a sudden you take a look at Orlando making a little run at you, you're not worried, because Allen's having the kind of game that you just stop all runs. There are certain nights as a coach or a player or the fans, you sit there and say, uh-oh, they're starting to come back. And you can see maybe things aren't in sync. But with the type of game AI is having tonight, generally nothing to worry about.
Steve Francis back into the game. Grant Hill continues to rest. Iverson with 45 and counting. 90 seconds plus gone here in the final quarter. Nelson on a rope to Howard with D'Alembert coming out high on the pick and roll. That freed up Howard. He's got a double-double, 10 and 10. Nelson pestering McKee. Sixer lead at 16. Williamson stepping in and stroking to Corliss Williamson with 18 points.
Boy, that high pick and roll working very effectively for the 76ers with AI coming off of it.
Francis dancing into the lane. Aaron McKee fouling him for his fifth. So McKee and Iguodala each with 5 for the Sixers. That'll force Jim O'Brien to bring Willie Green into the game. And here's Steve Francis getting a pair.
Willie Green for the Sixers.
Later on tonight, highlights of this game, a look around the NBA and all the sports news with Lance Crawford, Matt Yaloff. It is Toyota Sports Night, and it is exclusively after Postgame Live on Comcast Sportsnet. Key on the bench with 5. Willie Green for him. Sixers leading by 16. Nelson back onto Iverson. Green open. Willie 0 for 4 off the bench. Scoreless on the night. Howard fighting the good fight for Orlando. Green collects it for the Sixers. D'Alembert rolling in, gives it up, but not soon enough. And Sammy called for the offensive foul. It is personal number 4.
Learning situation for Sammy on the pick and roll instead of the pick and pop. You've got to come down with a basketball, peruse what's going on, and then make your move for a big.
Garrity, the shooter, does his thing. Garrity off the bench, 3 of 4 for 6. Sixer lead down to 14. Magic making great inroads at the end of the third with a 16-2 run. Iverson punctured that with a 3, and now the Sixers continue to try to keep the Magic at arm's length. Iverson trying to make a right at the light, but he stepped out of bounds. Good defense by Pat Garrity and the Magic. Orlando still within hailing distance. They are still early in this fourth quarter. Over 8.5 to go in it.
Last night, a young woman was attacked and killed.
A random accident has unleashed an ancient curse.
Ever since the other night, things have been happening. Things I can't explain.
From the master of terror, Wes Craven.
Ellie? You all right in there?
Something more powerful than they ever believed.
You've been cursed.
Has become more terrifying than they ever imagined.
It could be anywhere.
Cursed. Rated PG-13. Friday, February 25th.
The Subaru Outback. With symmetrical all-wheel drive standard and an available turbocharged Boxer engine, it might just be the only vehicle perfect for the snow belt, the sun belt, and your money belt. See your Subaru dealer for a test drive today.
Through February 28th, get financing as low as 1.9% on all 2005 Subaru models.
The Sixers by 14 here in the fourth quarter. Coming up on Monday, they will be taking on the New York Knicks. It is Valentine's Day, and as we've noticed over the years, Sixers always try to make that day special for the fans in attendance. But this year they did something a little earlier. In conjunction with the military, they arranged for spouses of servicemen and women to tape a video Valentine and send it via email. Billy King was on hand with the people, and when you can't be with the one you love, Martin and Steve, it's nice to at least be able to tell them that you wish you could.
It's a great gesture by the 76ers, of course, under the Comcast Spectacor umbrella, with the resources, the big corporate resources to utilize a great communication source such as that video broadband service. And military families very thankful for it. Here the Magic out of the timeout. Spear Nelson the miss. Williamson to the floor. The presence of mind to get it to Willie Green. 93-79, the Sixers by 14. Williamson, by the way, 10 rebounds. There's Howard erasing that. He's one of the better shot blockers. Willie Green tried to take it back, but he stepped out of bounds. And the Magic will keep it. For Howard, his second block. The average is 1.5. Nelson open, but gave it up for a Francis three, and down it goes. 7 straight for Orlando. Sixer lead down to 11. Iverson missing the three. Francis to the floor, the late whistle and the foul. Samuel Dallenberg becomes the third Sixer to pick up his fifth. Jim O'Brien tonight coaching with only 10 players, minus Kenny Thomas, a starter, out with a low back problem, and John Salmons, a reserve, not dressing because of bronchitis. Mark Jackson coming back, and Andre Iguodala, one of those with the 5 personals.
Time now to play some good, solid defense.
Can't give this up, not when you had a lead as large as 25 here in the second half. Here's Garrity open. Francis ripped it down. Magic here with a fresh 24. He's got Korver strapped to him. Francis wants him, gives it up. Williamson, the flyby, as Garrity steps in and strokes 2, and now the lead down to single digits. First time that has happened since the Sixers had a 41-33 lead back in the second quarter. Still plenty of time for Orlando. This group of reserves working well. Iverson gives it up. Iguodala ripped it around and in. What a play for Andre for his first field goal of the night. Magic back the other way, and wow, off the made field goal, they get a layup at the other end.
Well, they want to push it at every opportunity. They're looking to push it. Makes or misses.
Iverson running in and getting 2. Allen's got 47 points. Sixer lead back to 9.
It's a little bit different now. If you're the 76ers, with Mark Jackson in the lineup, he can pull Howard out a little bit. And when Howard comes out, it leaves absolutely nobody to block the path to the hoop or block your shot. Should be able to get to the rack pretty easily.
Halfway through the final quarter, Williamson behind the back with a left hand. 97-86, the Sixers. Francis throw a pack of players, and it's tipped in. Francis with 27. Iverson into the thick of it, as is usually his wont, and the whistle. Dwight Howard, the personal. It'll be his 5th. 4th on the Magic team. 2 at the line for AI when we come back right after this.
Units per transaction then we could up the margins by a very sizable
When you've been recognized by J.D. Power and Associates as the most dependable heavy-duty full-size pickup truck, there's no need to be bashful. GMC Sierra, professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
Your opinion counts. We want to hear from you. Just go to the Sixers website, Sixers.com. Click on the survey, enter the access code, Sixers Survey. It'll take just 2-3 minutes or so of your time. Remember, your opinion counts. Go to the Sixers website, take the survey. Storyline of the game brought to you by Jeep. Allen Iverson, third straight game with 30 or more, dropping 47. Sixers shooting 50%, and the attendance here, a new record set at the Wachovia Center. The largest one-day attendance in the building history. Earlier today, Villanova entertaining the Syracuse Orangemen for some 20,000. And then exactly 20,389 watching Allen Iverson get thus far 48 points. And the Sixers leading by 10. Now he's got 49. 17 of 19 from the line. And now comes up with a turnover. He'll take all comers, and he will go to the line looking for 50.
Quick hands by Allen Iverson. The crowd standing O for Allen.
After his 5th steal of the game.
We're talking about a guy that's 3rd in the league in steals anyway. So you know he's got the quick hands, the quick feet, and tremendous anticipation.
Now for 50. He hits 51 on his 21st free throw, hitting 19. It's the 9th time in his career he has hit for 50 or more. The 3rd time this season. The Sixer lead at 13, 5 and change to go. Francis short of the pack of players. And we have a foul coming up. Corliss Williamson, the personal.
His fourth, team's fourth.
Allen's career high, 58 points, set against Stevie Francis and the Houston Rockets back on January 15th, 2002. Nelson open, got it. Jameer Nelson, all 10 of his points after intermission, the 5th Magic player in double figures. That is Nelson pestering Iverson.
That's the 3rd time he's come off that high screen for a jump shot.
Sixer lead down to 11. Iverson encounters Garrity and he's fouled. The Magic in the penalty, so AI will go back to the line.
Well, Allen Iverson against the Bucks going for 50. Had 54 there. The Utah Jazz 51 against the Jazz, and once again tonight here against the Magic, breaking that 50-point barrier once again, looking to add to it.
Allen has missed only 3 of 22 at the line, spreading the wealth throughout this game. Now with 52. And he ties a career high with 23 free throw attempts, hitting 20. Sixer lead at a dozen. Nelson gives it up. Stevenson the plunge into Mark Jackson. Offensive foul called on Deshaun Stevenson. The Magic, their 18th turnover, 19 by the way on the Sixers.
11 of them here in this half, which enabled the Orlando Magic to get into this ball game a little bit. Not completely, but just a little bit.
Here are the Sixers by 12. Iverson, yes! Iverson now in the game. Hitting another one. He has hit for 9 straight points. And the Sixer lead is at 14. 54 in the game for Allen. Count the field goal. So Iverson now ties his season high with 54. And Andre Iguodala just fouled out of the game.
AI working off the screen there, the little short jump shot. Not much help coming if you can get a little distance between that screen and coming off 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. Create some space for those dribbles to get a clean look.
So Iguodala fouls out of the game. He is replaced by Aaron McKee. Second time in this his rookie season that Iguodala has fouled out. Jackson off the missed free throw. Iverson, who's got 54, that's tied his season high, his career high. Within range, it's 58. Allen's going to take Nelson. Yes! 56 points, a season high, and 2 away from his career high. Sixers by 14. Francis gives it up to Howard, who's fouled en route to the hoop.
As long as Jameer Nelson is on him, why not just keep taking the shot? Allen's got him by about an inch. He's going to have a clean look at it once he rises up to stop the pop. See, that's a clean look at the orange right there. Not too surprised that Johnny Davis hasn't made the move to put somebody a little bit bigger on Allen. Just challenge him a little bit.
He's got Doug Christie, supposedly a very good defensive guard, on his bench.
That's why I said I'm not too surprised. As you take a look at Doug, he's wondering the same thing. Hey, I'm supposed to be a good defensive player, coach. Why don't you put me in?
That's why they got him. The last foul on Aaron McKee, and he becomes the second Sixer to foul out of this game, joining Andre Iguodala. Garrity off the missed free throw. Francis, and a foul. Steve Francis taking some punishment, and he will go back to the line.
The missed free throw. Garrity coming down with the offensive rebound, and it led to that as Mark Jackson trying to throw his body into Francis right here, taking it right to the hoop. Steve Francis keeping his eye on the prize and completes the three-point play, which only brings it to 10. 76ers work the clock, keep the ball in Allen's hand.
Here's Iverson, just 2 away from his career high. He's got 56. A deuce would tie that career high. He's got Stevenson now on him. Allen going in, blocked by Stevenson, saved by Nelson. Here are the Magic down 10 under 3 to go. It's Stevenson. He had it stripped. Here come the Sixers. Iverson cruising in. He's hog-tied and fouled by Nelson, and he will go to the line, attempting to tie his career high of 58 points. They boo Nelson as he denied AI the chance for 58. He'll go to the line when we come back.
Sand painting is practiced by many cultures. Notice how they place the sand, one grain at a time. They've been working on this piece for over 8 days. I'm sorry, no pictures, please. Just look at the detail.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines nonstop service from Philadelphia to Hartford Springfield for just $29 one way.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hurry to the Dodge President's Celebration event and grab 0+ on Dodge Ram 1500. That's 0% financing, plus huge cash allowances, plus February bonus cash, for a total combined savings of up to $9,000. Or check out the Hemi-powered Dodge Durango. And Dakota, the mid-size truck with the only V8 in its class. But you better hurry to your Dodge dealer, because this great deal and the Dodge President's Celebration event ends February 28th.
Looks like everybody's after McDonald's filet of fish. Crispy, flaky fish, melting cheese, and tangy tartar sauce. I'll bite.
Time now for our Toyota turning point of the game. And hey, it's got to be this guy right here, Allen Iverson, with 56 points. As you take a look at Wilt Chamberlain, AI with 56, the 6th best in NBA history for the 76ers, as Wilt Chamberlain 68, 65, and 62 points.
He hits a pair of free throws here. He will tie his own record, held jointly with Wilt Chamberlain as the 5th best in Sixer history. As Allen to the stripe, if he makes 2, he'll tie his career high of 58 points.
I'll tell you what, fans are going to go home happy tonight. We'll see a Sixers W and AI. Might get 60.
Of 25 from the line, both career highs. He's hit 13 straight points. The Sixers lead by a dozen. Nelson leading in, nothing doing. Out of bounds it goes. It'll belong to the Sixers. Here's Iverson. He's tied his career high of 58. Stevenson, 6'5", and athletic is on him. 2.5 to go. Howard now helping out. Iverson gives it up. Willie Green. And Francis, the floorboard, on the run. With a Sixer lead at a dozen. Francis, what a move to get inside. And he missed the layup. Green fights with him for the rebound. And Willie wins out. As they rise here at the Wachovia Center. They want Allen to go for 60. Against Stevenson for the career high. And he missed inside. Jackson trying to clean up, nothing doing. Howard and the Magic escape. Stevenson had it ticketed for Garrity, and the Magic turn it over. Boy, the subplot now seems to be the Sixers trying to hang on with the Magic making the move here in the second half, because Iverson has grabbed all the headlines. On their feet at the Wachovia Center. Iverson against Stevenson. Going for 60. Ribbed it. Jackson in a collision and a whistle. Look pretty good from here, partner.
The stop, little step back, had to get it over the outstretched fingertips of Garrity and just rolled out.
87 seconds to go. Iverson with 58, tying his career high. which he originally said January 15th, 2002.
Little pick roll, Gary lifted.
Watch, young lady, you're seeing history. You think?
Bud Light, player of the game, AI, 58 points.
Mark Jackson becoming the first Sixer other than Iverson to score in the last 5 minutes. Sixers up 14. Francis, Garrity, good three-point shooter, and he drops it. Orlando hanging around, an 11-point game. Again, they're on their feet. And again, Stevenson glued to Iverson. Iverson again, going for 60, and a call en route to the hoop, and he will go to the line.
Well, the fans wanted it. Here's an opportunity. This game pretty much sealed up. Here's the suspension. Suspense right here by Allen Iverson. Is he going to hit 60? Fans hanging around, wait to see. I don't think anybody's left, Mark.
A career-high 60 points for Allen Iverson. And the Sixers, on top of that, are going to win it. Stevenson comes up with a turnover. Sixers come down with a miss. With 40 seconds to play, nobody's sitting down. Iverson for 62. Now the Sixers will use some clock. Sixers will win their second straight game, and they will do so with Allen Iverson hitting for 60 points. And look at this scene. Let it be said, he was 17 of 36 from the floor, 24 of 27 from the line. D-Line, take it away.
Well, we saw history made here tonight. Allen, did you want the 60 as bad as your teammates and this building full of fans wanted it?
I doubt it. I doubt if I wanted it more. I've accomplished a lot of things in my life. God blessed me to have the opportunity to accomplish the things that I've accomplished in my life. But it just feels good to see that my teammates, the coaching staff, and the fans, everybody wanted me to do it. And without those guys, I can't do it. I can't do what I go out there to do every night without my teammates. And I just thank them for it, and I love them for it.
You also had a career at the free throw line. You can't have a game like that probably unless you attack the basket the way you do. Would you agree?
I agree. I was just making a conscious effort to try to attack all game. Just keep going at them and keep them on their heels, and that's what I was able to do.
Allen, congratulations. Thanks for one for the ages.
All right, thanks, D. I love you, Tawana.
Allen Iverson in 42 minutes, making history tonight.
Well, it started in the first quarter. Allen Iverson was 17 first quarter points. So anytime he can get 17 in the first quarter, you know there's always that opportunity to have one of those special nights. But tonight, AI just continued to go at it. And as Allen said, You can't do it without your teammates looking for you. The 3-ball was dropping, the drives were dropping, getting to the line as well, and AI, just a whale of a ball game, Mark.
The only 76er to score more in a game, as you might imagine, number 13, Wilton Norman Chamberlain. The all-time 76er high, 68. Allen Iverson, for the first time in his career, dropping 60 points. That's the 4th best performance in Sixer history. Chamberlain owns the other 3. And keep in mind that Iverson did it not only in timely fashion because the Magic was making a late 3rd quarter run, but he did it on a night when he had 40 after 3 quarters. 60 and a 112-99 Sixer victory. Oh, by the way, more coming up right after this.
Time now for our Dodge drive of the game, and wouldn't be right if Allen wasn't in this one. AI working by Doug Christie for the 2 of his career-high 60 points.
And he hasn't stopped. Now he's meeting the media. Let's listen in.
I had a chance to soak it all in yet. You know, probably when I look at the highlights, you know, watch TV, then I probably, you know, really get the full effect of it. But, I mean, it feels good right now, just knowing that we won the basketball game, and that's the most important thing. You know, I score a career high and we win the game. That's how you draw it up. That's how you draw it up in your dreams. You know, as long as you get the win, that's the most important thing.
You thinking at all 60 at any point? You think maybe 60 at some point?
I just felt that I was in a real good rhythm, man. And the crazy thing about it, it wasn't a jump shooting rhythm. You know, it was just constantly attacking all night. You know, and that's what I did. I guess that's why I went to the free throw line as much as I did, because I didn't settle for jump shots. You know, they decided to play me one-on-one during the game, and I just made them pay for it. In the 3rd quarter, I asked a couple of their guys, you know, where they gonna trap me, and they all had a little blank look on their face and didn't even answer. So I assumed that they didn't know what to do at that point. So I just kept attacking.
Allen, are you playing as well this year, maybe even as during your MVP season?
I think it's my best year by far, just because of, and I think it's because of the system that Coach has me playing in. You know, the type of system that he has me in is attacking, you know, all game. You know, when I was playing the 2-guard position and when I won MVP, I was always having the ball with 5 guys looking at me, getting the ball on the wing, running off screens, and they were able to do more things to get the ball out of my hand or double team me, triple team me. In this system, when I had the ball so much on fast breaks and half-court sets, and just being able to keep coming all the time on made baskets and missed baskets, it's hard for people to defend that. You know, he has me playing where I run random pick and rolls, where I just come down and a big man set a screen. And once I run off the screen, I got somebody, you know, damn near 7 feet trying to guard me. And then once I get by them, you know, they're at my mercy.
So playing the point guard, that frees up your energy, you get better looks on the defense now?
I definitely get a lot of better looks, because I mean, like I said, the ball is in my hands so much. I have it in my hands to be able to attack, and you know, it's not like before when you know, Eric Snow had the ball up the majority of the time, setting up all the plays, not taking anything away from him, but him setting up all the plays, and guys noticed that I don't have the ball, and that's when they used to relax. You know, when other guys had the ball, they said, okay, well, he don't have the ball now, we can relax. It's not like that in this system. You know, 95% of the time I have it in my hand on made and missed baskets, and they gotta concentrate on me.
How about coming with a back-to-back? Did you have that level of energy coming off? Right?
It's just going out, just preparing myself to play the basketball game. You know, I never attribute it to getting rest, because I don't never get any. But I just get ready to play the basketball game. And one more thing, it's honestly a tribute to the guys that's on my team, because when you got Sniper out there on the court and other guys, out there on the basketball court, and they're scared to lead those guys, I'm starting to see the respect that those guys are getting from opposing coaches and opposing teams, to enable me to get to the ball in the lane like I am. They're not sagging off Cal at all. Even, when I had 40 or 50 points in the game, they still were paying attention to Cal, and that's the type of thing I need.
Alan, even when it's against your old coach, against Johnny Davis and all, is there anything special? I mean, I know he helped you in ways, but to have it tonight against him, anything?
Not really. It didn't have anything to do with that. It's about us being hungry and us knowing that we still got a chance to win the division. That's the only thing we think about, coming into games. We approach every game like it's our last. And if you do that consistently, then I think you'll be all right. You'll win more games than you'll lose. But, we just understand that, we don't count ourselves out for nothing. We understand that if we get in the playoffs, then it's a whole new season. We get in the playoffs, and I don't want to just get to the playoffs. Everybody's making a big deal about, the 76ers just trying to get back into the playoffs, and people feel like if we get back into the playoffs, then that's a good season for us. That's, we'll be satisfied with that. I'm 9 years in, and every season means something to me. I don't know if God will bless me with the opportunity to be able to come out and play 82 games next season. I don't know if the game that I played tonight will be my last game. So, I want to win a championship right now. As crazy as it may seem to other people, not to me, but to other people, that's just the way I feel.
Alan, even with the game you had tonight, it seemed a three-pointer at the end of the third quarter, when they were making a run, really seemed to switch gears a little bit for you guys. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, because we were struggling at that point, and I was able to just get a good look. Jameer Nelson, pressured me a lot during the game, and I told him during the game that because he was playing solid defense on me, but I told him that every time that he tried to gamble and try to steal the ball instead of just staying solid on me, I was gonna make him pay. And I guess I know he's been watching me play for a long time, and I was kind of shocked that he was taking chances at trying to steal the ball from me. And I was making them pay by driving to the basket.
Is that what ignited you? You think?
Not really. It's just it's honestly to me is a lot of heart on his part, and it just says a lot about him as a person and as a basketball player. But to me, it's disrespectful. When a guy presses up on me and feel like that he's gonna take a chance with me going right by him. And but you gotta give it to him. You gotta want a guy like that on your team. Someone just going, regardless. The guy got 60 points, got 70 points. He gonna play the same way every possession. And I love Jameer Nelson for that.
What were those final seconds like when the fans were going crazy and you were kind of standing?
I mean, that's when you get the goosebumps. You honestly don't get it. You don't really feel it when the shots are going down. You feel good and that you have an opportunity to win the basketball game when the shots are going down. But you don't ever get the goosebumps until the fans start to appreciate what you're doing out there. When they're up, when they're making noise and they're feeling good, that makes you feel good about the people coming out to see you, and it's something that they might remember and cherish for the rest of their lives.
Alan, was it ever discussed before the season, whether when Randy or Larry were here, about putting you at the point guard? I mean, if you're so comfortable with it and so happy and playing so well with it, did it ever come up before that?
No, because when Coach Brown had me playing the two-guard position, we were so successful at it. We went to the finals, went to the playoffs every year, except the first year he got there, and everything was cool with the way it was. But after last season, it was just time for a change. And once he said, well, basically my manager, Gary Moore, used to always say, I need to go back to the point guard, I need to go back to the point guard. And before I could even bring it up to Coach O'Brien, he had already said that that's what he was going to use me as, a point guard. So I was willing to do it because I felt that we could get a lot of easy baskets on transition. We could attack people on made baskets and miss.
Will Chamberlain has scored more points for this franchise tonight than he did. I mean, only Will Chamberlain has more points scored per game. Any thoughts about being only the second since Chamberlain to do that?
I mean, when you say you talking to me and you're mentioning Wilt Chamberlain, you know, in the same sentence with me, I don't have no more words after that. I mean, what can I say? You know, if you mention somebody that's 6 feet, 165, soaking wet, somebody 7-something feet, I mean, that just says a lot about, you know, the coaches that I've had in my career, the teammates that I've played with, and, you know, my family and friends, the people that helped me get to this point. So, you know, all of those accolades, all of those things like that is just a tribute to the people that helped me get here and the people that believed in me.
Thank you, Alan.
All right, thanks.
All right. 40 or more for Allen Iverson, 55 times in his career, 50 or more 9 times, 60 points once tonight in a 112-99 Sixer win over Orlando. 76ers basketball has been brought to you by your Key States Chrysler Jeep dealers. Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. The people that brought you Mountain Dew. Wachovia, together we can achieve uncommon things. Dodge, to get anywhere, you've got to grab life by the horns. Singular, raising the bar. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Toyota, choose any direction as long as it's moving you forward. And by Michelob Ultra, lose the carbs, not the taste. Can any player know while he's getting dressed for a game that this would happen? Did Allen Iverson have any hint of 60 when he had 17 after 1 or 29 at halftime or even 40 after 3? Well, he dropped 60 in this game, the 4th best performance by a 76er in history, the best performance by an NBA player this season. Last night, while leaving Toronto, AI was heard to say, "No one in this league can guard me." No one was able to do it tonight. Some 20,389 saw it. Many, many, many more will claim to have seen it in years to come. 60 for AI as his Sixers win it. Thank you for watching at home tonight here on Comcast Sportsnet. Sean Alexiak, the producer of 76ers basketball, our director, the man, J.R. Aquila. For D. Lynam and Steve Mix, I'm Mark Zumoff on this night of history. Dodge presents Sixers Postgame Live, up next.